We have to talk about it. The female main character. And I think a lot of people have thought, it's cute, whatever. It's this and that. Some people don't like it. This is the official record on the female Byleth. You are right if you have said that it's too much. It is absolutely too much.
Busy.
Too busy. And we really narrowed it down to 3 trouble points. The poofy, flappy sleeves.
What's even the point? Which one is sleeves and which one are just pieces of fabric? You tell me.
The tights that are doily print. What is going on? It's a busy design. It's not like it's like fine little fishnet. It's this giant print that is very distracting. And then finally, the belly button window.
Oh my god.
The belly button window combination short shorts.
Okay, so everyone watching this video knows that the fashion vigilantes are pro sexy outfits. We love them. We think they're great. We're all about them. Here's my issue. A belly button window when you're clearly wearing some kind of armor and there's no reason for the character to have that. You have to work so hard to have Byleth flirt with anyone. So hard. The only time I've seen her flirt with someone really directly was Dorothea. I can't think of maybe Claude a little bit, but she barely has a flirtatious personality.
No, so you don't get that moment at all.
What is the point of having a belly button window on a silent protagonist character? What's the point?
Especially because it's such a choice. Because in order, I think, to be honest, it's the shape too, because of the way the top kind of curves down, and then you have this slight dip in the shorts as if they weren't already short enough. That kind of like, it's almost like for guys that would be where the scruff would be.
Yeah.
You know, that's the reason why you have that.
Yeah. So it's one thing to have the booty short, and on top of everything else, she's a professor. She's teaching a bunch of kids, and so she's walking in with like a belly button window, booby shirt, hot pants, weird stockings, like really sexy looking boots. I just feel like it's too much. Like they just were like, we need to sex up the female version of this. We got to make it sexy so the ladies love it. And they just threw everything they have at it.
Everything.
Instead of just picking one thing. For me, the perfect design for her, well, there's an alternative one that we can talk about. But for me, it would be get rid of the coat. The coat's way too crazy for me. And one thing that I like when I play games is if I'm having the character run, I like to see their outfit while they're running around the grounds of the castle. Yeah, that's my cool outfit that I'm running around in.
Yeah, that is a good point.
MMO thing, you know?
Because most of the time, all you see when you're running around is the cape flapping around.
Stupid coat.
And it makes you look absolutely ridiculous because you're going to be running the whole time because after a while, you figure out where you're going pretty fast. So you're like running around at all times, flapping back and forth. And which is fine because I find the tights to be the most distracting part for me personally, just because they're so like I've seen these tights. I've seen these tights and they're usually like a velour type applique on top of tights. And it's super goth. If you're wearing them, that is the focal point of the outfit. You're wearing it with like a very simple black dress and like simple shoes and maybe like a pop of color or something like that. When you're pulling those out, that's the statement. It is not the statement on this outfit at all.
There's too many other statements. That's the issue. I think we can, like, for me, the coat's the biggest. If I could just get rid of the coat, I'd be happy. But I think we can agree if one element is taken away, the whole outfit gets better. Yeah. Even 2 elements. Pick one element. Belly button window? Great. Then no tights and no coat. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, pick one thing.
And everything else can stay, you know? Like, if the belly button window was gone and it was still the short shorts and it was still the tights and the corset and whatever, it's like, fine. Also, a thing that I never notice until I look hard is that there's like this knife that she has. this blue knife, which is always super ominous to me because it's like, at one point you really have to bust that out, and why do you have it on you at all times as a teacher?
Okay, so in Dragon Age, they started putting the knife on all of the different characters. So even if you're a mage, you have like a knife on you. And there is a reason, because what happens in Dragon Age 2, where you might have to kill Anders, spoiler alert, for being a bad boy. And so I was thinking like, oh, okay, it's following this logic, Dragon Age logic of I always have to have a knife on me in case someone blows up a building that I care about. Also, I would argue that the main character having a knife takes away from the very important storyline involving another knife that another character has on her at all times, which is very important. So I think that like maybe just have that character have the knife. I don't know. Maybe not the main character.
It's a slip up in maybe the intentionality of some of the other designs, you know, where some are like, this is very specific and thought out, and this is just kind of there.
Yeah. They clearly threw too much at the female main character when really they just needed to be simple. So what I did is I showed Alex if you buy the DLC or the season pass, whatever they call it, it comes with an alternative outfit for the main character, female, and it's super cute. It has a pink headband. She has the school outfit, but instead of gold, she has silver on it. And then she has white stockings and then just nice little boots. It's super cute. I love it.
Yeah, and it eliminates really...
no cape.
All the problems we have with the main outfit, which is the cape, the belly button window, and the stock.
Right, exactly.
It does really age her down a lot, though. And I think the headband is, like, a major part of that, and the white socks, because those are two very, like, more childish things, but...
Yeah, actually, I was going to mention that I only use that outfit back, but as soon as I go to the second act, I have to change over to the war outfit, because it just doesn't make sense that everybody else is aged up. But the main character's like, I still got my pink hairband. Look at me.
and like very clearly just the school uniform.
Right, exactly.
All right. And then I guess like two quick prof shout outs, which are maybe some expected ones. Manuela we love. It's obvious. She cares. She spends the time. She's a fashion inspo, really, for Dorothea.
Yeah, actually, their outfits kind of look similar towards the end, but Dorothea never goes to the lengths that Manuela goes. Those brave... Okay, so as someone who doesn't like orange in outfits, how do you feel about Manuela's use of orange in her outfit?
Well, I really like it because I think orange really does well at accenting cooler colors. So, like, she has that really... I love that teal color on her dress. And the orange, I think, dresses it up, but makes it also, like, a little bit more fun.
Yeah. I love that she has, like, this big, like, mature-looking cape, but then she's wearing this super boobalicious dress underneath it that, like, also you can see her legs and stuff. I just think it's such a fun... And also, her character is very messy. She's just, like, a hot mess. She's a hot mess incarnate. And so I think that her outfit, even though it's very fashionable, it's also kind of messy. And I think that works for her personality.
You can definitely tell at some point they're like, Manuela, you have to cover up a little bit. So she's like, I'll put on this giant cape thing that covers my whole back, but none of my front.
Right, exactly. I love her.
Yeah, she's great. She goes without saying. And then our super hot girlfriend that we can't date, Shamir. Goth girlfriend, I should say.
Right?
It's just a crime.
I also feel like she should be able to marry Cassandra, at least. If I can't marry her, Cassandra should.
I know. I mean, Cassandra got the dirty as well, I think, in this game.
They're like relationship goals. Like, through the whole game, to me, they're clearly, like, married, essentially. But whatever.
It can be our headcanon.
It's 100% headcanon. Okay, so I really love her cut. Not a lot of people can pull that haircut off, but oh boy, does she.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the whole outfit is not necessarily the color, but all of the style of it is very goth. And something a goth chick would actually wear, which I think is cool.
Yes, and all the colors, I will say about the colors that they're all very muted, very much like her, like the very dark, earthy tones. Green, black, dark blue. She's like a hunter, so she's supposed to be very secret and sneaky, and she's unassuming, and she's also kind of she's a foreigner as well, so she's not as directly involved in what's happening in the events of the game. She's kind of like helping out, and she has her allegiance, but she's like more of a side character. Yeah, I think that's just reflected in the entire design.
The mix between that jacket she's wearing and then a low cut, that was my go-to outfit in high school in the early 2000s.
Ooh.
And I don't know if it's still popular, but that's how I like to dress when I was a teenager, and so therefore I really enjoy it. I think it looks good.
And then the collar is like very Victorian, but it's like industrial Victorian.
Yes.
Again, like very goth. Like that's why it's still very modern, is because that's still something modern goth people like to do, is mix the Victorian
like
and the modern.
Pre-steampunk. Because when I was in high school, steampunk wasn't a thing yet. But we were edging towards it. We were on the steampunk train to steampunk land. And so this is the kind of fashion that was the steampunk look. Like I said, I think they do really awesome stuff with just shades of green in this game.
Yeah.
Like, not a lot of games know how to pull off green, but they have like teals and then this kind of like aqua green. So yeah.
And it does matter because the hair colors kind of symbolize the lineage. And so you have the dark greens and the light greens, and then your hair changes color. It's all actually relevant. It's not just like, oh, we're just talking about colors and stuff. Well, it's part of the design, and it's all very intentional.
Yeah.
I think that's like our takeaway is just like, it's intentional. They did this on purpose.
They didn't have intentions for everyone. They clearly ran out of creative juice on some of them, but the
only
ones that
so
they
many
cared about.
attentions were able to be handed out, and unfortunately, we ran out when we got to certain people.
We're all out. That's it.
I posed a question at the beginning that was to ask what the most fashionable and least fashionable house is. And based on, I guess, our deliberations, we've come up with that the answer for both of these questions is the Golden Deer.
Okay. So I think that a close second is the Blue Lions, just because Felix is there, Ingrid is there, Mercedes is there. Sylvain's got the nice hair. He looks good. Mm-hmm. But I think that the Golden Deer, the Claude and Hilda duo, you can't beat it. You can't beat them. They're the winners.
Some people might say, but remember, Ignatz, Lawrence, and Leonie are also in the Golden Deer.
Yes.
So would that not cancel out the good?
But then what we're doing is finding like the most mediocre house. I feel that fashion should take chances. So I think it's fair to say that the Golden Deer are both the best and worst dressed.
So like
simultaneously.
The bold and the beautiful, you may say.
Yeah. The hot mess and then just the hot. It's just those two.
But remember, we're not giving enough credit to Lysithea. She brought it too. So I would say that Blue gets points for having the biggest religious glow up. Yes. You know, Mercedes brought it in terms of the piety. But
Felix being that like hot dating sim. Like if you were going to play a dating simulator and Felix was in it, you'd be like, that's the one. That's my guy. Well, and to have that, I think, is pretty good.
I mean, like, we did have that in the Naruto dating sim with Sasuke. He's basically like the Sasuke of this game, is he not?
That's a good point.
I guess maybe Dimitri is. He's a little bit more broody.
I made the argument on Twitter that Blue Lions is as close as you're going to get to, like, a reverse harem dating simulator. Because you have Dimitri, he's got a fun arc. Even if he doesn't look great towards the end. I mean, if you just focus on the eye patch and the hair, he's great. You got Felix. Sylvain, I've got feelings about Sylvain that I'll maybe share some other time, but I think he's more complex than people give him credit for.
I would have to agree, yeah.
You can actually marry Mercedes, I think.
Yes.
So, there you go. Ash? If you're into younger guys, Ash is pretty hot.
Yeah.
Like a stoner.
There's all the types. He's like a K-pop stoner. That's him.
Totally.
Because he's got that like gray, like K-pop look. Like he's got to invest in the gray hair.
And he's so sweet. He's a good boy.
He's got the freckles.
Yeah. But then, you know, the Black Eagles, you've got Dorothea, and that kind of speaks for itself. I actually think that as much as I like Hilda's outfit, I think Dorothea overall is the most stylish.
Really?
Yeah, I think Hilda's works, but only for her. Whereas I feel like Dorothea, if I wanted to cosplay as Dorothea, I could pull it off. I think I could do it.
Do it. You need to get that metal corset thing. Go to the Ren Fair next time and be like, make this for me, blacksmith.
Right? And he'd be like, I would love to.
Bring your own iron ingots and some gold pieces for payment, and it should be good, right?
I feel like Dorothea's outfits, even her school outfit is super cute. The beret? Get out of here with that.
And the earrings she wears with the school outfit, too. That's the thing is, like...
Yes!
Some of the girls only discovered earrings afterwards, but Dorothea had the earring game down pat from the very beginning.
Yeah, I feel like hers is, like, attainable in real life fashion. That's what gives her the edge. I don't think Hilda's outfit looks good on anything except for a 2D girl. It doesn't look like it's practical, you know?
That's true. That is true. And then Linhard gets points for being weird as hell and living in his own world and sort of representing the amorphous blobs of the world.
I just don't get it. I'll never understand him. It's funny because I recruit him every time because he's so easy to recruit, but then I don't ever use him because I don't understand.
If you can't understand someone by getting through their Fire Emblem story, then they're a lost cause.
Right. Exactly.
Hey Fashion Vigilantes, if you enjoyed this series, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to send Mumbles some love on her channel as well.